Once again, we back in this motherfucker. You know, give a couple minutes for the people to come in, but we right back at it. In the meantime, I want to build on what has already been laid down from yesterday, because yesterday we were talking about the four aeons, right? Ma'at, not Ma'at. Isis, Osiris, Taurus, not Taurus, Horus, and Set. Now, there is an aeon of Ma'at as well, but that's a little bit more advanced. So we don't need to touch all that stuff. But let's get to the point. Today we're going to be talking about Makaveli Majik. Somebody comment and let me know if the audio is correct before I even go in. So somebody let me know if my words are coming through clear, and we'll get this shit started. It's good? Appreciate that, Green Revolution. I see you, bro. All right. Now, if you don't know who Makaveli is, you sleeping. What's good? We hear you. All right. Appreciate that, man. What's good? What's good? What's good with you? What's good with you? Appreciate everybody commenting, coming into the room. I see all 9 of you motherfuckers. I see y'all. Appreciate every single one of you. Explain Kundalini, I had an awakening, and now I'm going through depression. Now, I'm going to actually touch on that anyway. I'm going to touch on Kundalini and the topic that I'm talking about anyway today, so don't even worry about that. I got the notes already written down, so I'm gonna hit each point, because yesterday taught me. I'm like, okay, because people gonna be asking questions. That's why you're live, so people can communicate. So I'm like, okay, I at least need to stay on point, because if I'm talking and questions coming, I'm trying to answer all these questions. I'm like, I'm gonna confuse myself. So I allow myself to, get a little bit more calm, so I can answer the questions as they come in, or at least write them down and I'll answer them later. You know what I mean? I always get on as soon as I start live streaming. It's meant to be. Nah, Makaveli Majik, yo, know them. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure, like, I'm reading everybody's comments as they coming in. Just giving people a few minutes to come in. We're going to get it in. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is, if you don't know who Makaveli is, that's your fucking problem. I'm not going to explain who the fuck it is. So I'm going to refer to him as Makaveli. If you don't know who the fuck I'm referring to, you need to do your fucking research. You know what I mean? So now, what's the point? The energy of the Makaveli spirit, because it is a spirit, we're going beyond the man. The man is either dead or alive. Who the fuck knows? Because, that's a whole nother conspiracy in and of itself. So we don't even need to touch that, but we're talking about the spirit that was represented by the energy of the city of LA, because he came from New York, but he ended up in LA. So that means he came from the land of the sunrise and ended up in the land of the sunset. Now, what does that all mean? Because, California is referred to the land of the dead. Why is that? Because when you really look at it, people say it's a lot of beautiful women, but with no brains, right? But if you come here, you realize, well, that's not the case. There's a lot of motherfuckers working in buildings like this and buildings like this, right? It's a lot of motherfuckers getting their money, you know what I mean? So when you come here, just wanted to teach you great work. Appreciate that. Now, it's one of those, hey, appreciate everybody commenting once again. Now, with the Makaveli energy, what energy is it? You can say it's a Mars energy. You can, if you want to break it down with the astrological shit, you can say it's Mars or Saturn. So let's put it there. Let's make that the foundation. Mars and Saturn. If you don't know about Mars and Saturn, Mars is more so like pure masculine energy, and Saturn is like hardship, meaning all the hardship you go through, to test you and to get you where you need to be. Now, representing that, if you look back at his life, because his life path was a 4, going into numerology. And numerology, it represents the number 4 is hardship, meaning his life was filled with hardship, but at the same time, it made him legendary. Because it's all through the music, it's all through the lifestyle, but it made him legendary, but it came from pain. We all know this, right? With that being said, this going back to what I was saying yesterday about the Aeon of Set, about it being centered around you going through this pain, you struggling, you what does it say? Hey, came to your computer, YouTube, and here you are. Yeah, man, I'm back. I'm telling y'all, mother, I told y'all yesterday, if you can't keep up, fucking unsubscribe, because I'm gonna be dropping. I'm not saying I'm going live every day. I don't want to use up all my 4G, okay? But I'm gonna be going live at least once a week, as well as putting out videos that are not live. You get what I'm saying? So, red, white, blue here. It's nighttime here in Bellman. Yeah, I know I think we're back. LA and California, we're like 3 hours back from like if you over in the East Coast. So like here it's 5, but over here it's like nighttime. It's 8 p.m. probably over there in the East Coast. So for all y'all that's already night, peace of the night. For all y'all over here on the West Coast or maybe in the Midwest or the South, you probably still get a little sun. Appreciate it. Do you think the Earth is flat? Here we go with this. You know what I mean? See, that's a whole conversation. That's a whole conversation. And I will answer it. But let me get these points out the way. Let me get the video going. So I say that if you have any questions, wait till I get through. Wait till I get through the video. And if you have questions after, then I get at you. Or if I don't answer your question, just send it to my email, lordasar, LORDASAR@gmail. Send me your question, then I would address it in a next video that may not be live. Or I can just name the video answering questions or whatever the case. So if the question does not get answered, just send me an email. I'll take note of it and I'll deal with it at a later date. Now, let's get to the meat of the video. Machiavelli represented the energy of El Cristro Negro. Let me spell that. El Cristro, Cristo, Negro, Negro. Type that shit in Google. What are you going to see? You're going to see a picture of a black Jesus. If you type that in Google, right the fuck now, it's going to bring you imagery of a black Jesus. Now, if you look at Machiavelli's album cover, The 7-Day Theory, the Don Illuminati, what's on the cover of his album? It's him on a fucking cross. And of course, he was black. Make the correlation, you figure out what that means. Now, who is El Cristo Negro? It's a deity in the system of Palo Mayombe. Now, what does El Cristo Negro represent? He is the lord of the underworld. Who the fuck was Machiavelli? Thug life, outlaw immortal, underworld. I see your questions. Just wait to the end. All right? Whatever questions you have, just wait to the end. So let me get through it. So now that we see that Machiavelli actually represented El Cristo Negro, whether he was knowledgeable of this or not, I don't know. But he was tapped in, obviously, to a higher energy, meaning El Cristo Negro. So Machiavelli is El Cristo Negro. So if you work with El Cristo Negro, you are working with Machiavelli because that's what he is, because that was the last album he left. Because the Machiavelli album was his final recordings. So although, he recorded a lot of music, the Machiavelli album was his last recordings. And if you really listen to that album from a spiritual point of view, as well as All Eyes on Me, those two albums specifically are the most occult albums I've ever heard when it comes to occult information. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is also, if you look at Tupac, he had a tattoo. Well, yeah, it's Tupac. There it is. It's for you lazy motherfuckers who didn't want to do your research. If you look at his back, he has a cross on his back. He also had a tattoo of Jesus on his arm. Now, obviously, he wasn't necessarily religious, super religious. So obviously, it's a different meaning, because if you look at it, you go to Google, type in Tupac cross on back or whatever, and it has a Bible passage, Exodus something. But the Bible passage doesn't exist. What is that? It's Exodus something. I'm not sure the exact words, but it's a chapter in the Bible that it doesn't exist. So why would he put it on there? It has nothing to do with the Bible. Silent letters has nothing to do with cyber. He got baptized in the fire. So, okay, I don't know where you motherfuckers get this shit. Baptized in the fire? Well, I guess you could look at it in that way if you want to. I guess it does have some merit to it. Let's get back on point, though. Now, my perspective, because this is only my perspective, I'm not saying this is true. This is from my own research. This is from my own studies and my own channels. Now, from what I know and from what I experienced and from what I've seen, then, oh yeah, I didn't mention thug life. Okay, the Exodus cross, the thug life on the stomach, the Jesus on the hand, as well as the outlaw tattoo as well. We're gonna point to that later. The reason I'm pointing out the tattoos is because he was an occultist. Because when I listen to the music, just wait till I'm wait. Let me get through it because I know it's not gonna make. Let me get through it so it'll make sense once I get through it. I'm just throwing out little points. So before y'all start saying, oh, let me get through it so you can have a greater understanding. Then we'll talk about what I said later on. Now, from the mindset of an occultist, because right, a lot of people didn't know Tupac outside of the thug life shit. That's another thing I want to say. Because remember, there's a difference between Tupac and Makaveli. What do I mean by that? Tupac is all out, no, not Me Against the World. When Me Against the World came out, that was Tupac with the thug life and acting, that was Tupac. After he got shot and after he went to jail, he was no longer Tupac. That's when he changed his name to Makaveli when he went to jail. And he referred to himself by that ever since he came out of jail. That's why all the records he recorded after he came out of jail, he referred to himself as Makaveli. What does that mean? Now, we can get into the whole reason as to why he changed his name, but that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is it's two different energies. When he came out of jail after studying, and after, because he was locked up 8 months, what are you going to do for 8 months but study, right? Especially as a musician, as an artist, as somebody who feels like as if they have a message to bring to the world. That's why he studied and he changed his name and he was building. And you can listen to interviews with him telling you that himself. You don't have to take my word for it. But the public doesn't know that. The public is still stuck on thug life. The public doesn't really know Makaveli because Makaveli technically only existed about 6 months. Because I think he died 6 months after he was released. So Makaveli only really existed the last 6 months of his life. So all of that other shit, that's what people are familiar with. They familiar with the thug life Tupac. They don't really know about what Makaveli really means, what it really stands for. Why is he naming his album the 7-Day Theory? And you know what I mean? He start to put occult messages in his music from All Eyes on Me and the Makaveli, as well as the music that came out after he was gone. Those are occult messages because he came from a Gnostic point of view, as I've said before, with the cross and with the Jesus. That's Gnostic teachings. That's Gnostic. Has nothing to do with Christianity. Tupac means shining serpent. That's what I was going to point. I was going to point that out as well because somebody asked me about the Kundalini. I'm like, okay, this refers to Kundalini because his name meant shining serpent, which is what? Kundalini. So this ties into Kundalini as well. This is why I'm giving you the tools to work with. I gave you the guide to work with, the Lord of the Underworld, El Cristo Negro. You work with him, you will understand more what I'm talking about because there are more secrets to be revealed that will help you piece this together because I'm not going to say everything. Shit, I'm already 13 minutes in. See, I'll just be rambling, you know what I mean? I still got shit to talk about. Now, let's keep it going. Now, what was the whole point of, let's just explore the mentality. The mentality was, fuck the world, right? Fuck the world, basically going to war with everybody, right? He just was sick of the bullshit. He's exposing people. You know what I mean? Like, we know the story. But we only really know the drama. We don't really know what was the purpose of it all. Now I'll tell you the purpose right now. The purpose is because he represented the Aeon of Set. If you don't know what the Aeon of Set is, I talked about it on my last live. Watch the last video. It's about total destruction. Now, what was he talking about? He was talking about destroying certain people's empires, right? Destroying the industry, taking down people that was on that bullshit, right? Because he represented the real. That's why they took him out. You know what I mean? So on a spiritual level, him having that understanding, he started to put messages in his music, which is why even till this day, people still think he's alive. The reason people think that is because of the messages that was placed in the music strategically. Not on accident, he strategically placed messages in there to make you think, like, this motherfucker gotta be alive. How do you even piece this shit together? Why would you say something and it actually happens? And, you know what I mean? You correlate all these sevens and, then people say, well, there wasn't no keys in the car. You know what I mean? There's so many holes in the theory of, him dying. The reason why there's so many holes is because there's some other shit going on. But again, we don't need to mess with the conspiracy theory, so we're just talking about the pure spiritual energy, as I already gave you. So El Cristo Negro is a mathematical formula to help you unlock your Aeon of Set within you because it's the Lord of the underworld. Because it's the Lord of the underworld, it helps you unlock that which I was just talking about yesterday. So if you didn't understand anything I was talking about yesterday, or it seems a little bit complex or a little bit far-fetched, work with that energy if you brave. Because yes, if it's the Lord of the underworld and all spirits bow to him, then of course you're dealing with a dark, powerful energy. But if you look at that as something scary, if you look at that as something demonic or satanic, then you're missing the whole point. And that's another thing. People are so quick to say something is devilish or evil or whatever. You see, look at me, motherfuckers looking at me all the fucking time. I'm pretty sure you see motherfuckers passing right the fuck now. Oh shit, hold on. Okay, we got it. So, just to verify, sin, fuck sin. You know what sin is? It's the moon, which is what? Illusion in your own mind. That's what sin is, you know what I mean? Fuck all that, you know, that moralism, that's human shit. If you consider yourself a human, yes, follow the fucking Bible strictly by what it said and live your fucking life. But if you are an occultist, if you are a spiritualist, if you understand there's more to it than just what's on the surface and just a historical shit, if you realize it's a mathematical, alchemical book that you can tap into to unlock codes within yourself, within your DNA, by looking at it in a certain way, you need to get on polarity. We're talking about polarity. We're talking about the Aeon of Set, and we're talking about the Aeon of Horus, which predates the Aeon of Set. Now, again, these may be terms that you might be unfamiliar with. Go back and watch the last video. See, what I'm gonna be doing is the videos are gonna be connected from now on. So if you don't really, if there are certain pieces that are missing, what's going on, man? I see you. What's going on? I'm a dark master. I put a curse on this chat if you keep typing Christian shit. Yeah, look, don't worry about it. People are allowed the freedom of speech. I'm not going to take that away. I could have easily cut the chat off. I'm not going to do it. People are allowed to speak. Let them spew whatever they want to, whether it's positive or negative, because at the end of the day, it's them. Let them release what they are. If that's peace, let it be peace. If it's on that fuck shit, then let it be on the fuck shit, because we ready for war at all times. We don't care about that. So let's keep it moving. Now, the spirit of Pac or Machiavelli, because, okay, let's go into Machiavelli. Machiavelli was said to be a man that faked his death. That is what caused the whole conspiracy, the original Machiavelli. He was a man trolling his mouth. Hip-hop has ruined more lives than it has helped, more like drug dealing and prostitution. That's your opinion. Because I feel personally hip-hop saved my fucking life. That's how I feel though. But if you looking at it from 2012 on, if you don't look at hip-hop as a whole, if you looking at it just Chief Keef, Soulja Boy, Lil Yachty and all this shit, yeah, I am hip-hop, you goddamn right, I'm hip-hop too. That's what I'm talking about. And so when people say that shit, they not talking about this recent shit. And I don't mind it. I actually I was just listening to, 21 Savage. I listen to all that shit because it's real shit. It's talking about real life. But that's not all hip-hop. That's a genre of hip-hop. Chief Keef is dope. That's what I'm saying. I respect all the young niggas that's out here. That's what I'm saying. This is why I give so much praise to hip-hop. Don't matter whether I'm talking about the graffiti, whether I'm talking about the artists, whether I'm talking about the DJs or the breakdance. I done showed you all elements of hip-hop on my channel. Erykah Badu, Big in Religion. I respect your feelings. I'm looking at my youth. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, hip-hop has its good and bad. I'm not going to say hip-hop is perfect. You know, that's not the point. The point is you balance it out. If it's a misbalance within you, you have to balance it out. Don't leave it up to, somebody to come and rap and telling the truth. You balance it out. It promotes the Digger and the Rooster. It's a double-edged sword. Yes, if you're looking at it at the surface, but if you're looking at it from that hardcore shit, if you look at it from real life, it's not. Because at the end of the day, why does hip-hop exist? That's the real question that needs to be asked. Why does hip-hop exist in the first place? Because this is actually, I was thinking about this last night, because people think, well, hip-hop is a, let me see, how would I describe it? I can describe it real quick. Hip-hop is a necessary evil. What do I mean by that? Yeah, because of oppression. Absolutely. Hip-hop is a necessary evil from a bigger, broader issue. So the moment you start talking about hip-hop is this, hip-hop degrades women, were they not already degrading women before hip-hop even existed? That's what I'm talking about. It's a crying call. Okay, so if you understand it's a crying call, then why say anything about hip-hop if you understand it's just a reaction to a broader situation? So if you understand that there's something bigger going on, then hip-hop isn't the like, oh, hip-hop does this. No, this is life. This is America. Of its effects is because of what was already going on before hip-hop existed. You understand that? Hip-hop would not exist if it wasn't no bullshit going on. If it wasn't no fuck shit going on, there would be no such thing as hip-hop. I wouldn't exist either. I wouldn't be making this video. There would be no need for this to be happening right now. So if you, this is what I'm saying, this is what people do. If you got such a problem with it, why don't you do something about it? Exactly, right? If you're gonna talk shit about hip-hop, like hip-hop is the reason why shit is fucked up, then you rap about some positive Christian shit and you mind your own fucking business. We're gonna be over here talking about this dark, sinister, bold shit that you need in your fucking life, because if you wanna be somebody who understands the occult mysteries, you don't have to. But if you desire to, no need. I'm just letting you know I'm real, and I'm gonna talk to you directly because this is what YouTube Live is for me to talk to you directly. As you are saying things to me, I'm gonna respond to you. This is what the YouTube Live is for, right? And again, this also leads to the whole conversation anyway, because we're talking about hip hop and we're talking about Makaveli. So this kind of is within a right, because this is how people feel anyway. People feel like hip hop is an enemy, but fuck you. You know what I mean? Because you want to ignore the history of America, you go right ahead. That's not my fucking problem. And that predates me, that predates hip-hop. So if you want to look at hip-hop, you go on that. But let's get back on point. Now, Pac or Makaveli had a group called, what? The Immortals. Infinite Immortal Outlaws. What does that have to do with anything? Tupac is and was an immortal. What do I mean by that? The fact that we're still talking about him now makes him an immortal. I walk these streets every night and I hear his music every fucking day. It's 2017. I hear him blasted every fucking day. Every fucking day you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear his music because he is an immortal. He transcended this energy. And that's why I'm giving you the code so that you can better understand that. That's why I gave you the deity and the entity and the mathematical formula you can work with to better understand it. So before anybody say anything, I want you to work with the energy directly before you say anything about in defense of it. Have you worked with the energy directly? If you haven't, then come back when I do the live again and we can talk about it. It was an evil at first. Go listen to some Grandmaster. So true. There are exceptions and label heads, but I love so Tupac, carry on. Of course, you know what I mean? This is also a dedication to Makaveli as well, because it played a major influence on my life as well as other people's life. And we are in LA. So this is a dedication to the energy of LA, the energy of hip hop. And I hear him every day, you know what I mean? I hear him in Chinatown. I hear him in Long Beach. I hear him in the Valley. Everywhere, it's All Eyes on Me and it's Makaveli, Hail Mary. It's them two albums, All Eyes on Me and that Makaveli album. Tupac was a Gemini, yes he was. Yes he was. Now, this is why I bring this up, because I want to talk about things that's irrelevant. If I didn't hear him every day, I wouldn't talk about it. But I still hear him every day, so I just felt the need to talk about it because I'm here. Now, getting back to the Immortals. Because he was an immortal, that's why he was remembered, that's why he was so powerful, that's why he is so powerful, that's why the energy is still potent. So you can say Tupac or Makaveli is the equivalent to a deity at this point in people's minds. You can actually tap into Tupac and he actually gives you information if you want it. I've had dreams and I've got information directly from him. You can do that if you desire to. Tupacalypse is my favorite album, absolutely. That's real shit, right? Tupac was always talking that real, absolutely. I hear him in Detroit every day, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. So isn't this what we need to be talking about right now? Like, okay, if we're still blasted. He's basically on the level of an entity at this point. But of course, because of the imagery and because of what people think he was, majority of people don't look at it in that way. So it's open source. If you tap into that Makaveli, that El Cristo Negro energy, that Black Jesus energy, if you tap into that, you will get results. Look at me. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You will get results, and I'm living proof of that. So you don't need to believe shit. Just look. It is what it is. I work with the energy. I showed you the fucking seal. Oh, well, on Facebook, if you're not on my Facebook, add me. But I did a Facebook live video and I revealed the seals there as well. So I already dealt with it, but at the end of the day, I understand that this is YouTube, so I'm gonna deal with it again for those who didn't see that and for those who don't have a Facebook. So I just wanna reiterate that. So this is relevant information. You can tap into this energy. So if you don't wanna call out Tupac, yes, Kendrick too, because he influenced, yes, this is what I'm saying. Kendrick had the dream, Pac came to him and that pushed him. Now, guess what Kendrick has skyrocketed, right? And Kendrick is also, from the West. That's what I'm talking about. So he influenced Kendrick, and you see where he's going. You see what he did, coming out with, right, exactly, high power. It had the whole little quote in the front, and you see where he's going. Here comes Joey. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. He is influencing rappers still to this day because he is on the level of an entity. He is an immortal. Now, what do I mean by the immortal? Another example of an immortal would be the Yellow Emperor. If you type in the Yellow Emperor, he is an example of another immortal. Now, that's going into Chinese history and all that. But again, this is just giving you little tools so you can dig deeper into what I'm trying to say. Rest in peace, capital C's. Absolutely. Absolutely. RIP. Absolutely. All respect. You know what I mean? Shout out anybody else. All other hip-hop spirits. Everybody who was down for that shit, just say whoever the fuck. Let the names be known for those who may not know. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is how hip-hop preserves ancient culture. What do I mean by that? Because we understand colonization. We're not going to deny the fact that we're in a motherfucking society that don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I could walk around this motherfucker and you see homeless motherfuckers all over the place. We know what it is. El Capone on Thug, exactly. So we see how all this shit ties together. Hip hop preserves ancient culture. What do I mean by that? What's my sign? Western astrology, I'm a Scorpio. Sun, I believe I'm a Scorpio rising as well. And my moon is Sagittarius. On Vedic, it's a Scorpio rising, sun and moon. Just for those who care about that shit, you want to research that. Because in my eyes, we are everything. We are all 13 signs. Hip-hop is a melanin in the dark energy challenge of Kemet and thought. See? Why is it? So I don't have to say it. There it is. So y'all in the comments, you see. I'm not making this shit up. Why when I say things, people are clarifying. They're adding on to it because they understand this is real shit. They wouldn't be adding on extra information for everybody. So this is for everybody. So although I'm the one teaching, I'm the one giving, it's also for the chat because everybody can come together and everybody can read each other's comments and you can still learn from each other as well as learn from me as I'm talking about it. So let me continue with the hip-hop preserves ancient technology or ancient spirituality. Let's start with the graffiti. We don't have to take too long. We're already at 28 minutes. Hotep. I love Scorpios, passionate. Absolutely. You know where this fucking energy comes from. That's Mars or that's Pluto. Let's get into it. Now, let's go into the graffiti. When we look at graffiti, what are those? They are hieroglyphs. Because I know everybody has seen, would it be like the Art of Wars of the Teaching? That's another thing as well, right? All Eyes on Me was the Secrets of War. If you listen to the album in its full entirety from a spiritual mindset, not from the mindset of a fan and somebody who doesn't understand occult teachings. If you approach it from a Gnostic or a mystic point of view and you understand the occult teachings within that, you would say that this is the most occult album I've ever heard. That Makaveli album and that All Eyes on Me, those are the most occult pieces of hip hop ever. And nobody can tell me different because you don't see anybody else who was ever on that level. I say he was on the highest level he could be on. There was no greater level to achieve, and that's why he left. He did what he was supposed to do. He laid down the game. He gave us those albums. He gave us the imagery. He was a walking hieroglyph as well, with the tattoos, with his passion, with his energy. So he was a walking fucking pharaoh, was he not? Did he not embody the energy of a pharaoh on the fucking earth, of the immortal on the earth? Totally agree, absolutely. Now, when we look at the graffiti, there are hieroglyphs. If you have seen graffiti that's so advanced that you can't even read the letters, it just look like an art piece, that's what I'm talking about. Do you astral travel? Absolutely. I was just astral traveling last night. I fell asleep on the train, and I imagined myself like I embodied the spirit of a cat, and I was able to move around like as a cat does. And I was like feeling this shit, like pause and, you know, scratching my nails and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like jumping off. I was basically a scene like this, right? So just imagine the middle of this street. It's just a big ass fucking cat just doing shit. Appreciate that. Frequent 413, I appreciate that, man. Just imagine a big ass cat walking around this motherfucker. That's the type of shit I'd be having. Just, you know, channeling the spirit of the cat. You know, because the cat can see between the worlds. It's like you can say it can see the happenings of this world and the spirit world. So it has the sight to see both worlds. So when we talk about the energy of the cat and the totem of the cat, it represents being able to see both worlds. How do you astral travel? Fast. Fast, don't eat shit the whole day and take your ass to sleep at night. Your ass will astral travel. Simple as that. Drink a lot of water. Urine therapy, drink your water till it's clear, then start drinking your own fucking urine. If you brave enough to fucking do that shit. I've been on that cat energy. Absolutely. Cat have serpent eyes. Absolutely. So we are seeing how all this is tying in together, right? So I talked about the graffiti, right? If you look at the graffiti to the point where it's so advanced that you can't even decode it, what else do we talk about that you can't decode? Hieroglyphs, right? Ancient hieroglyphs that we have yet to decode, right? Graffiti is on that level. What else? The music. African dream, rooted in the morning, helps for astral traveling. Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. So everybody in the comments, look at what everybody else is putting. So what I'm not saying is being said by other people. Can I make more manifestation videos? Yeah, I'll make a part 2, because I know that part 1 did numbers, right? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Absolutely, and this is manifestation. I'm just not talking about it directly, because if you work with the energy I told you to work with, you will see results and you will see change in your life. So although I'm not making videos with manifestation in the title, these are seal codes that you can use to manifest if you understand what we're talking about. Have cats around, so glad you're back, white shade, smoke blend, all that shit works. Again, look at the comments and you can see what's going on. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. We are a collective. I may be speaking, but I'm here to bring everybody together so everybody can build and feed off of each other's energy. So what I don't say can get filled in by somebody else. So we are all one, collective. You need to get back to the higher energies out here in the LV. And Vegas, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll be truthful. Vegas helped me to become a magician. LA helped me to get the passion, the energy, the courage, the bravery, and the foundation, and that's why I always come back out here. But Vegas definitely, because Vegas is more so targeted with your third eye. Vegas helped me develop my abilities as a magician in terms of, like I said, with the astral traveling, things that are going on in the unseen realm. So Vegas helped me open up to the unseen realm, whereas Cali helped me plant roots with the seen realm. Basically, if that even makes sense. Come to NY, this is what I'm saying, like, oh yeah, okay. For those who are not on Facebook, I made a video saying that New York is my next location. So the next time, if I'm not in LA or I'm not in Vegas, it's gonna be in motherfucking New York. So the only thing, this is basically boot camp. Will you become? Absolutely, I'm coming to New York. You goddamn right I'm coming to New York. This is boot camp. This is boot camp for me right now. I'm just getting into the habit of traveling, you know, being up. Like I said, I'm up all fucking night. So I'm making videos now. When I end this, I'm gonna be up all fucking night, getting these channels so I can come back Monday or Sunday, whatever the fuck tomorrow is. Tomorrow is Sunday. So on Monday, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna do another Facebook Live basically just building. So this is all I do all night. I'm just doing this. This is all I do all night, all day, all night, all day. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. Why? I don't need to. You know what I mean? I don't have to go up and work the job, so I can keep this on my mind at all times. So that's why I'm like, okay, if it's on my mind at all times, now it's time for me to reveal it. I can do this shit on a daily basis, and that's what I plan to do. You know what I mean? So this is boot camp. This is helping me to get back on track, and that's why I'm here making the videos as well. So you will see me in New York before this year is out, absolutely. Is it safe to open your third eye? It depends on who you are. Are you scared? If you have fear, don't open it. You know what I mean? If you think you're gonna see demons and ghouls and you're gonna be haunted, no, keep that shit closed. But if you want to see the real world, open that shit up. You know what I mean? Absolutely. You know what I mean? You know, you may shit. Look, let me keep it real. Sometimes when you open your third eye and you have dreams and shit, you may have spirits coming to you that just want to fuck. Oh, I just saw a black cat. A black cat just ran across the library. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Just a fucking. All right. I'm not even gonna get into all that. I'm not even gonna get into. You see, we can go all over the place. So let's get back on point. So I talked about the graffiti. Let's talk about the music. Hold on. Let me get through these basic 4 elements of hip hop. Then y'all can ask whatever y'all ask. I'm gonna get through these last 3 elements, and anybody can ask whatever they want to ask. And you know, for about 5 minutes, I answer whatever I need to answer. Now, for the music, what is the music? We said fuck their music. We're going to create our own music, which is in tune with the Earth's vibration and the Earth's frequency. That's what hip hop is. That's what it represents. It represents the natural energy of the planet. So you see it through the graffiti, you see it through the music, you see it through the shaman, or the b-boy or the b-girl, the shamans. And you also see it through the MC. Fuck their language, fuck what they're talking about. We're gonna speak our own language. That's what the MC is. An MC conveys the message in our own language. Whether you want to call it ebonics, you want to call it slang, you can call it whatever you want to call it. We have our own language, and hip-hop is spoken in slang or ebonics or whatever. Thought created music, absolutely. Absolutely, work with thought. Work with these energies, you know what I mean? Don't just talk about them, work with them. If thought created music, then connect with thought and create music, if that's what you feel you are inclined to do. So going back on point, so the MC represents fuck their language. We have our own language. And you see how successful hip hop is by our own tongues, our own language, our own dance styles, our own music and our own imagery, our own art. And those are just the 4 basic elements. So you see, this is all original from us, and we manifest it, and that's why hip hop runs the fucking world at this point. That's why. So if it did have the power, it wouldn't be so wide. It's worldwide. Hip hop is in every corner of the planet at this point, and it's dominating every corner of the planet because of how powerful the energy is. And that's a fucking fact. Can't nobody tell me there is no genre bigger than hip hop in 2017. Period. Music can be produced rhythm with 7. Absolutely. The principle of rhythm. Absolutely. Study them universal laws. Like that shit, if you study and memorize the universal laws and apply them to your life every day, your life will change just by you being aware of it. Period. This is what I'm saying. So we can end it at that. See, I don't know. See, time gets different. Because it says I've been on 38 minutes, but it don't feel like that. Whatever. So whatever. Y'all ask the questions. I'll be on about 5 more minutes. Whatever questions y'all need to ask. So if y'all want me to go deeper into whatever I was just talking about, y'all let me know how y'all feeling. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna sit here. Definitely get into the Chinese mythology, because we're talking about the Yellow Emperor. What are your advice on demonic pacts? It's the same thing with the third eye. If you're afraid that every award show has a hip hop R&B star says, absolutely, you already know what it is. So with the demonic pacts, I say if you're drawn to that energy, if you're drawn to the energy of making a pact with a demon, then do it. If that's what you feel inclined to do. Don't do it trying to get something out of it. That's not what I'm talking about. Hit me on email. I don't know your email. Hit me on email, lordasar@gmail.com. I don't know your email, man. But hit my email, I will get back at you. You know what I mean? So when we talking about demonic pacts, it's like, hey, if that's what you want to do, do it. Missing girls in DT, are they harvesting us or distractions? Nah, it ain't it ain't that missing girls in DC shit or this period, that don't have nothing to do with anything. That's to distract you. What I mean by that is peace to all the families. I'm not being disrespectful when I say that. So let's be clear here. I don't just sweeping it under the rug. I'm not saying that. But at the end of the day, it's way more spiritual. This basically, if you look at it from a spiritual perspective, what do you think it represents spiritually? Instead of looking at it on a strictly physical basis, what do you think that means spiritually? What do you think the spirit is going spiritually to make these events occur? Look at it from that perspective. What does this mean spiritually? And we are in alignment with spirit. So if we are in alignment with spirit, we have nothing to fear. We have nothing to worry about. How do you work with the spirit of Machiavelli? Watch the video. I already explained it. You got to go back and watch it. But I'll tell you one more time. El Cristo Negro. Work with that deity. That is the energy of Machiavelli. So I'll say it one more time. Okay, let me go. Because I know people was asking questions, so let me see. I don't want to mess with no demons, though. All right, don't mess with them then. That's what I'm saying. It's on you. If you don't fuck with it, don't fuck with it. Question, I summoned Aries years ago. She's manifested lots of super scary shit been happening. I tried to apply a come at me attitude, but when she does, it's a spirit. Hey, some spirits are very fucking aggressive. That's why people are afraid of them. But they're aggressive because that's what melanin does. That's what primordial energy is. It's if you look at melanin, it's very chaotic, it's very destructive. It's chaos. It's pure fucking chaos. I'm just saying that demons will be shaky at the end. How the fuck do you know that? If you don't work with them, how do you know? Fuck what anybody else saying. Just like fuck any story. You work with it and you draw your own conclusion. Fuck what another nigga is saying. Period. Fuck what anybody else is saying. You do it, and if you scared of it, leave it the fuck alone. Just like so, fuck anything else. I work with fucking demons all the fucking time. Do I look like I'm crazy? Maybe to some people. Maybe like this motherfucker is off, but fuck them. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, you see, I'm still giving you the game. So at the end of the day, I may be crazy, I'm still giving you information that you can use and apply to your life every single day of your fucking life. So at the end, it's give or take. So let me look at these other questions. Now getting back to the spirit. The spirits are they're very aggressive because they are very primordial, but that doesn't mean that there's something wrong. Let them be aggressive. This is what I was saying. Like, yeah, you may have some spirits. Like, if you a man and you work with feminine spirits, especially like goddesses of love and all that and wealth, they may come at you and they may want to have sex with you to absorb the energy for you to do what you need to do. But if you're looking at it from a scary perspective, you think, oh, this is a sucker bitch that want to fucking take my sexual energy and run off and do some other shit. No. That's the offering that they're talking about with the demons. Yes, when you make a pact with a demon, it's an offering that has to be made. But that offering isn't like, oh, that we need. And like, nah, this is on your behalf. If you're summoning demons, like, okay, you summon me and you want me to do something for you, well, what are you going to do for me? It's just an even exchange. So anybody on that shit where you feel like you just going to get something for nothing, that's the people that get fucked up. I need a sucker, bitch. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. It's people in this fucking chat room, try to throw me the fuck off. I'm not letting the shit happen. I'm not scared. I dealt with the ego. Well, work with them fucking demons then. If you're not scared, and you tell me what happened. You tell me what goddesses is coming to fuck you. You tell me how that happened. Now, this is what I'm saying. They will come and they will gather the energy needed to fulfill your purpose as well as to feed themselves. It's like working a job and you get paid. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But if you're afraid of that, I had a spirit sexually chanting in my ear last night. That's what whoever you are, Justin, keep it up. You know what I mean? Keep going, cause she may give you a little something if you on that level. So keep going with that, bro. So that's a good sign. Don't let that shit scare you or nothing. The Freemasons sacrifice innocent babies in order to please the demons. They may. I'm not a Freemason. I don't sacrifice babies. I don't do anything outside of self. This question came to me, how do we go to home or our mother earth? Wait, how do we go by home or our mother and our father older people? What do you mean by that? This has nothing to do with them. If if they don't understand this, just leave them alone. You know, even in the Matrix, like some people, you know, after a certain time, you just gotta let people live. That's just how I feel about it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like it ain't about bringing nobody else. This ain't about spreading this message. It's about whoever's watching this shit is for you. Now, yo, G, have you ever read Robert Anton Wilson? I'm not sure. I'm not really good with authors, but I've read a lot of books. But I don't like this. What's the name of the book you referring to? I've been chatting it. I've been chatting Callie. That's what I'm talking about. See, Justin, you on the level. You've been chatting Callie. Now she's chatting sexual shit in your ear. That means it's working. You get what I'm? Does it not make sense? That means it's working. If you're chatting Callie, if you're reaching out to her and she's reaching back, saying some sexual shit to you, then you keep it going because she may need some motherfucking semen from your ass to help you. That's what it is. And now if that makes you feel some type of way, then it is what it is. But I think whoever you are, Justin, I think you on the right path, bro. You need a moderator, absolutely. You know what I mean? See, that's gonna come later. See, we starting off, it's just me. It's just me. You know, it's just me. Me, myself, and I'm out here by myself. You know what I mean? So we starting in the mud. But eventually, all that shit is gonna be official. This is just the beginnings of it. Now let's see. Let me see, make sure I got all these questions. Is Callie a demon name? Look it up, man, Google it. You know what I mean? It's a very chaotic goddess. I'll leave it at that. And if that makes you feel some type of way, just leave it alone, man. And the way melanin isn't destructive, probably why sevens is the price of gold. Maybe so, man. Melanin is the shit. You know what I mean? That DNA. Hold on, let me make sure I got everybody's questions before I get up out of here. Let me see, did I answer everything? Let me go up and see his comments. How do we honor? Oh wait, I think he meant how do you honor? How do you honor your mother and father? I talked about that yesterday, man. Just look at my previous video. I talked about, you know, how honoring the masculine and the feminine principle. Let me see. Is spirit telling us to take better care of our women? I talked about that yesterday, bro. I talked about, you know, putting the women back on the pedestal. I talked about that yesterday. I feel like trying to run away, be cowardly. No, definitely don't run away. Keep your courage up. Keep your courage up at all times. How do you summon a demon? First, identify the demon that you want to summon. Don't just, how do I summon a demon? Identify a demon that you want to summon. Then, based off the demon you want to summon, then most of the time they have a seal or a sigil. What is the symbol of seeing the black cat? If you remember in the Matrix, when they saw the black cat, it represents that something has changed in the Matrix. When they saw the black cat run twice, that means a change has occurred. So with when I saw the black cat, that was just confirmation to me that this information has affected somebody somewhere. So that was just confirmation for me. Deja vu, Ashe, definitely. Sodomy releases demons. Well, you try it. You know what I mean? If that's how you feel. Now going back to summoning the demons, identify a demon that you want to summon. Then most of the time they have seals or sigils that you can draw out and you can carry on you. That's how you do it. Identify, don't just go on haphazardly shit. Identify the energy you want to work with. Be passionate about it, be serious, and form the pack. Don't try to summon the devil and just, you're like, okay, well, fuck you. You did what you need to do for me. I don't need you no more. Nah, don't do that shit, man. Can you tell a demon to go rob a bank? Fuck this physical shit. Don't summon demons doing no physical shit. Do it because you want spiritual insight. Do it because you want to see the other world. You want to see the astral realms. You want to see beyond just this physical plane. Don't summon no demon trying to get no bread or nothing. You can get a fucking job. You know what I mean? You don't need to do spiritual work to do that. But you can do that as well. But it's not necessary. If you're not on the level, if you're not going all the way with it, if you just half-assing, if you're not going all the way, then leave it alone. Is there a cockhole demon? You tell me. This is what I'm seeing. All you people asking about demons, look up the 72 Goetia.
Hey, bro.
Uh-huh.
I'm closing up. You want to go out this way or that way?
I'm going out this way, okay. Thank you, man. Okay, they telling me they about to close the library up. So we're gonna get up out of here. I appreciate talking to everybody. I'm gonna see y'all. I'll do another YouTube live Friday at 5 p.m. If you're on my Facebook, I'm gonna do a Facebook Live Monday at 5 p.m. So I appreciate everybody taking the time out to add on. I appreciate everybody add on. And we gonna get the fuck up out of here. Peace, hotel.